Cool. I have a small demo. Let me share this. So for folks who don't already know, we have this audit log feature which allows you to, or when you run queries in Omni, it exports some very basic query metadata into an S3 bucket, which then gets routed to customer instances if they want to do that, so they can do some basic query analytics. But the amount of stuff that actually gets into the audit log is pretty limited. Like if you want to, I'm just populating some queries here. But if you wanted to do some like really advanced query tracking or do a little more investigation and like query metadata like source or like runtime histograms, you can't do that through the audit log. So I configured a new log stream, basically, which we're calling the query metadata log stream. And that feeds out to S3. And that's cool because we can then query S3 via a Snowflake stage and sort of use this for like some pretty advanced, much more complete query analytics. For example, now we get a full timing data histogram whenever you run queries, even for requeries, which is pretty cool if we want to expose that. And we get a ton of advanced metadata. I mean, pretty much everything that Omni knows about a query, we can shove through this query metadata hash. So the final step then is to get this linked up to our usage analytics page within Omni if we want to do that. I couldn't quite get that up and running on my sandbox, but the data is available in Snowflake and piping through. And let's make sure that record actually came in. Yeah, so we're using Firehose to pipe data over to S3, and that's working fine. So, yeah,
Will this
that's
be available in the audit logs that we export from customers?
So as it stands, this will go into a separate bucket entirely. These are distinct, but we can consolidate them. The idea was just not to pipe data into too many places. But that's an easy switch to make if we want to do that.
Does this is this data able to be joined back to a dashboard run and like a query ID and all that?
Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep. It's got a membership ID, so it's got all the user information, and it has all the query information. It's got query type, query source, job ID, query ID, everything.
That is awesome. Yeah, this will be so awesome. We can go create like a performance analytics report to give to everybody, and then ideally eventually integrate that into the Dash performance profiler that Nate and Nancy did.